Pep Guardiola makes Liverpool claim to provoke Rangnick and issue titl reminder. Pep Guardiola doesn't like to moan. Except for when he does. And when he does, he doesn't like to give off the impression that he actually is. Particularly when the Manchester City boss, who presently boasts football's most expensively assembled squad, is discussing how opponents go about their business in trying to stop his Premier League leaders from rolling to another 3 points. City had to dig deep on Saturday at Goodison Park, claiming a gritty 1-0 win over Everton thanks to Phil Foden's second-half goal, courtesy of an unnecessary slip by Michael Keane. Guardiola's side weren't at their free-flowing best and found Frank Lampard's men in resolute mood. Ultimately, they only extended their lead at the top of the table to 6 points thanks to Foden's sharp finish, not to mention VAR Chris Kavanagh's surprising decision not to award the home side a late penalty for what looked a clear handball by Rodri. Referee Paul Tierney did not think that the contact warranted a penalty and VAR stood by his decision, believing he had not made a clear and obvious error. The Premier League insisted there was no clear evidence the ball had hit Rodri in the red zone. "I have a 3-year-old daughter at home who could tell you that was a penalty," was a bristling Lampard's post-match response. Guardiola, whether by desire or design, attempted to shut down that question in his own post-match interview, claiming there was an offside in the build-up. It was offside. There was VAR, and the action was offside. I didn't see the image. He added, when VAR reviews things anything can happen, but I think the referee gave offside for the pass from Dele Alli to Richarlison, that is what I figured out in that moment. He doubled down on Monday when asked again, if one incident can have an impact on a whole season, then I will review a lot of incidents, my friend. What I would say, it looks offside, if he's not offside it's a penalty. Whether he was being purposely obtuse on both occasions only the Catalan will know. There was no offside before the incident, at least according to the officials, despite the hot takes you may have seen on social media. Guardiola shutting down a question in an interview because he doesn't like the topic or want to answer the question isn't anything new. Over a decade ago he claimed he could never beat Jose Mourinho at the interview table. He is the F-boss in this room, and I don't want to compete at all at that. But he himself has become a master in shaping and directing where his interviews and press conferences do and don't go, especially when there's a particular message he wants to send. Deep in the bowels of Goodison, he duly did so again, this time when asked if he has found teams are increasingly sitting deeper against his side this season. Guardiola dished out the ideal headlines, claiming Liverpool are the only side willing to go toe-to-toe with his team and naming others who, at moments, are willing to go on the attack. Maybe we provoke them, but most of them except Liverpool I would say, said Guardiola. Brighton I would say, Arsenal in some moments I would say, let me think about it, maybe I'm forgetting someone. Aston Villa, we played there a little bit too. There are moments when they did it. But as a principle, when we make a good build-up, they sit. Leeds, as well. The rest, they sit back. Quickly he added, but I'm not saying there is anything wrong with that. Every manager can do what they want. Which is good of him to admit. Because, of course, all managers have the right to set their team up to try to win football matches as they see fit, based on the respective tools at their disposal. But why even make the comment? Why even go down this path? After all, Guardiola knows that the likes of Norwich, Watford and Brentford with squads that cost less than Jack Grealish cannot go toe-to-toe with his side. He knows a team like Wolves, presently boasting a better points per goal average than any team in top-flight history, having claimed 40 points from their 24 goals thus far, won't open up into an open, attractive free-for-all either. Given their excellent defensive structure and lack of firepower, it is difficult to play against a team that don't want to play, he quipped, after City's controversial 1-0 win over Bruno Lage's men in December. He knows why Antonio Conte's Tottenham, amid a crisis of confidence, would defend deep and compact in their shock 3-2 win at the Etihad last weekend, playing to their strengths. So why, out of choice, is he so sniffy, so pompous? Is that what happens when you've had the luxury, deservedly so, given his managerial talent, of only having to lead Barcelona, Bayern Munich and City, of never having to be the underdog? After all, it's been widely noticed that at other times, when City have smashed opponents only too happy to oblige and give them an open game, scoring 4, 5 or 6, he has hailed them as incredible or fantastic. Why has he chosen now to point the finger so unnecessarily? The answer, simply, is twofold. Firstly, as a reminder to his side that there is little margin for error at present, with the memory last week of their being ruthlessly punished by Spurs still fresh. Everyone is playing for Europa League, for the Champions League, to be champion. Every game will be a battle, so we have spoken about that, he added. It's not the first time we've been in this situation and we have learned from that in the past. If you want to be champion in the Premier League against this rival Liverpool, they are not going to drop points, you have to do your job. Secondly, it was an attempt to provoke. Next weekend sees Manchester United arrive at the Etihad for the derby, almost a year to the day since a fine display saw United win the derby 2-0 on away soil. Indeed, United have a fine recent record at the Etihad, winning on their last 3 visits, each time with counter-attacking displays built on organization, defensive resilience and speedy breaks. Furthermore, Guardiola has claimed only 1 home win in 6 attempts against the Red Devils since arriving in Manchester, something which he'll be all too aware of, especially with Liverpool hot on his side's heels. Every game will be an incredible tough battle, and you have to face every game knowing if we drop points, it will be difficult to be champion. Guardiola is keen for games that are played on City's terms, starting with United. He's well aware that Ralf Rangnick, both the manager and the man, is not shy in coming forwards. The German's desire, as it has been throughout his career, will be to try to attack and dominate. But the interim United boss is no fool, and given his side's current inconsistency, City's attacking quality and ability to destroy opponents who offer up space in their own defensive third, Rangnick will know that an alternative game plan will be required. This was Guardiola laying down the gauntlet, getting in early and presenting his challenge, first for Rangnick but also the rest, daring them take us on, open up and be picked apart. It was the managerial dark arts, all about playing the man. If 1 or 2 rivals feel irked and bite, making it that little bit easier for City to break them down and claim 3 points, then it will have done the trick. As the pressure ramps up, prepare for more Guardiola spin, more mind games, particularly with Liverpool players emboldened by their Carabao Cup triumph and publicly making clear their own quadruple desire. When it comes to working a moan to make a point, he's been the F-boss for quite a while now.